Have you calculated the damage that this is causing, this protracted standoff between China and the United States, to the global economy?
Well, I think it is a big drag on growth. It's a drag on investment. It's on the side of risks rather than on the side of opportunities, which is what international trade feels like for many countries, especially those that are getting out of the 2008 financial crisis and now finally we're starting to see a more sunny side for their economies. All of a sudden they are dragged into a big geostrategic rivalry between the United States and China, and they don't like it because it's huge liabilities at the time when they need to grow.
So instead of using these meetings to talk about growth potential, they're kind of lining up, who's winning the hearts and minds of the world right now, the United States, China, or others.
Well, you see, what the interesting thing is that in this meeting, like in so many others, we are discussing about the interconnections in the economies and in our societies. Technology, which is a huge driver of interconnectedness in our economies, is seen as a very promising instrument to help us reduce poverty, to connect us better, to provide better health care, improve productivity in agriculture. But this interconnectedness that technology is driving, not international trade, needs to be managed, needs to be reflected in a more multipolar world, in a better dialogue between all stakeholders.
What's going to be the fallout that you see from a protracted standoff between China and the United States to the export-dependent economies here in this part of the world, be it South Korea, where we are now, Taiwan, Japan?
Risks on the high, and this is bad news. This is why countries like Korea, countries like Japan, so many other countries that are in the middle in this standoff between the United States and China need today to be much stronger, need to make their voice be heard, and need to take action in the multilateral organizations to make sure that a multipolar world is managed in a multipolar manner. That is not just simply left to a G2, but that they also have a say and a shape in the answer.
In your 2 decades or so covering international trade on various levels, have you ever seen anything like this?
We've seen episodes of this before.
But
the actors were different. I've seen this between the United States and the European Union, also around steel. I've seen this around other commodities, but I don't think we've seen this since we constructed the World Trade Organization at the end of the Second World War in such an acute manner.
Very quickly, I know it's not a topic we can talk about in just a few seconds, but Brexit, you expect a deal and the impact that would have?
There has to be a deal. There has
Soon
to be
before
a deal. The question is
summit?
what shape will this deal take? That is the question. It's not whether or not there is a deal, but what is the shape of this deal? Is this deal going to manage the interconnectedness between the UK and the rest of the European Union, or will it build a higher wall that would make it more difficult for traders on both sides to continue to maintain the source of growth and jobs that is their interconnectedness of their economies?